This is the first of 5 ways to stack up an extra $1 million. In this episode, I am going to address how to make infinite rates of return. So get ready. I'm going to talk about how money works, and then I'll talk about how to make 100% rates of return, how you can then make $5,000 a month without even owning a piece of real estate on a piece of real estate. And then I'm going to show you how you can accumulate an extra $1 million in as little as 10 years. So get ready. So my name's Doug Andrew. I've been a financial strategist and a retirement planning specialist now for more than 48 years. And I'm very passionate about helping people like you understand opportunities that maybe you didn't know existed before. Now, I could frankly give you 100 different ways to stack up an extra $1 million. And I will show you how $1 million can generate $80,000 to $100,000 a year of tax-free income that will last as long as you do, even if you live to be 120 years old. But in this episode, let's start out with the first way out of 5 that I have in this series on how to stack up an extra $1 million. Now, a lot of times people think that they have to have assets, or if they're going to make money in real estate, for example, that you have to own a piece of real estate. No, I'm going to show you in other episodes what you can do if you own a rental property or what have you. But in actuality, you can not own a piece of property and still make money on real estate. You need to understand that money works like this. When a bank, a credit union, an insurance company, these institutions, they actually operate on OPM, other people's money. Now, there are 4 things you can do with money. You can spend it, you can lend it, you can own with it, or you can give it away. And many times people think they do just one of those. Well, I actually own and loan or lend on the same asset. Now, let's just talk about how banks do this. A bank or a credit union or an insurance company, when you have your money deposited in that institution, it's in a lended position. Are they just a benevolent institution paying you interest? No, they don't just put your money in a vault and pay you interest. What are they doing with your money? They are taking your money and loaning it back out again or investing it. They even put 30 to 40% of their tier 1 assets in insurance companies. A bank or credit union actually increases the liquidity and safety by having some of their reserves in the multi-trillion-dollar insurance industry. But they're borrowing our money at a certain interest rate. Now, the last decade or two, it's been pretty pathetic, maybe only 1% or less. So if we collectively deposit into a bank or a credit union $1 million, we are in essence loaning them $1 million. They're paying us, let's say 1%. That's easy to calculate. That's $10,000 a year. They're turning around and loaning out $1 million to us at, let's say, 5%, or they're putting it in insurance companies and earning 4 or 5%. Now, how much more is 5 than 1? Now, a lot of people go, 4. No, it is 500%. Let me put it this way. If they are paying you $10,000 and they turn around and make 5% on $1 million, that's $50,000. So how much more is $50,000 than $10,000? It's 5 times. It's 500% more. So would you hire an employee for 10 grand that made you an extra 50 grand? Would you buy a widget machine for 10,000 that made you an extra 50,000? I'd do that all day long. That's called a 500% return on employment costs or equipment costs. When a bank or a financial institution borrows money at a lower rate and they turn around and invest it or loan it out and earn a higher rate, even if it's just twice, that is 100% rate of return. You can do this. So let's use an example here. Now, before I go on, if you already like this, click a like or subscribe to this channel because it's free. It's 3-dimensional wealth. Or share it with somebody that you think would benefit from understanding this concept. Before I go into how you can make 100% rates of return, let's talk about what an infinite rate of return is. See, if a bank or credit union actually borrows OPM, other people's money, and they turn around and they make 100% or 500%, It's really not 500%. It's called an infinite rate of return. It would be 500% if they were using their money. But when you use OPM, other people's money, then you're investing, in essence, none of your money, and you're making 100%, 400, 500%. But see, you can't calculate that. That's called an infinite rate of return. So that's the difference. Let's go back to how you can do this. Now, you've probably heard of Airbnb. Noel Randall does a lot of YouTube videos on how to make money using Airbnb. So if you have a home or a portion of your home that you can rent out, or apartments or a rental property, many people can earn more rental income by putting it on Airbnb and renting a 3-bedroom or a 5-bedroom home or apartment for $350 a night, depending upon a good location, maybe in a resort town or what have you, or during the holidays in a ski town or what have you. If you do that, let's say 20 nights a month, which I know many people do that. So 20 nights a month at $350 is $7,000 a month. Now, if you own that property, of course, then you're bringing in $7,000, but you don't have to own it. You can rent it. So let's say you rent an apartment or a 5-bedroom home. You get permission from the landlord to furnish it and put it out on Airbnb. And if you have permission and you check the CC&Rs in the neighborhood, the homeowners association, if it's in one of those, you get permission to be able to do that. So let's say that your mortgage payment or your rent payment is $2,000 a month. You're bringing in $7,000 a month. That's a net of what? $5,000 a month that you are netting, and you don't even own the piece of property. What do you do with the $5,000? Don't spend it, okay? You put it to work. Now, my favorite instrument is what I call the laser fund, and that's where I earn rates of return averaging between 8 to 10%. I've actually averaged 9.62%, and I'll show you how to do that. But if you socked away $5,000 a month for 120 months, that's 10 years, do you know at 9.6%, your money will double, of course, every 7.5 years, but that's a lump sum we're talking about. If you put in a monthly amount of $5,000 a month, you would have, after 120 months, earning 9.6% interest, tax-free, and I'll show you how you can do that. You would accumulate $1,024,000. That's the first way you can stack up an extra $1 million. Now, if this is blowing you away, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I have a lot of educational episodes, and I have 4 others that talk about how to stack up an extra $1 million. But if you want to learn how to do this, I would strongly recommend that you read one of my most recent best-selling books. It's called The Laser Fund. Now, here's The Laser Fund. It's actually a 300-page book. It's been flying off of our warehouse shelves. And it's actually 2 books in one. This side is about 200 pages, 14 chapters, that has all the charts and graphs and explanations of how to accumulate, access, and transfer your money totally tax-free and earn rates of return predictably between 7 to 10%. I've been averaging 9.62% since 1997 using the Laser Fund. Laser means liquid asset safely earning returns. This is what savvy real estate investors do with their money as their working capital account. If you learn more by stories, this is what you do. You flip the book over and read this one. This is 100 pages, 12 chapters with 62 chicken soup for the financial soul stories. And in here, you will read stories of people who accumulate their money and stack up an extra $1 million, $5 million, $10 million. We've helped many people do that. I want to gift you this copy of your book. So to claim your free copy, simply go to laserfund.com, L-A-S-E-R, fund.com, or click on the link below. You contribute a nominal amount towards the shipping and handling. I'll cover the rest of that. I'll fire out a hard copy to you. There's also opportunities there to listen and learn, watch and learn, and even attend webinars where we teach these concepts. But this is the first of 5 ways that you can stack up an extra $1 million without even owning a rental property. Do you get it?